You want to start it off? The speaking business has moved entirely online since the pandemic, and all of the speakers all over the world have had to pivot and change up their business model a little bit. Whether you've had digital products, you've been streaming some of your stuff, you're selling your book, you're doing everything a little bit differently, a little bit more of this, a little bit less of that. Avery, we spoke a little bit about some things you're doing. Right. How have you changed? How have you pivoted your speaking business?
I had, like I said, I had to change the whole game up. I went from motivating everybody to more so speaking about relationships. Like I said, one of the things that we all are going to always have is relationships. We're never going to get away from relationships. So I started speaking more about relationships, started giving relationship tips. 1 week I talked about relationship tips. Well, 2 weeks I talked about relationship tips for men. And then the next 2 weeks I started talking about relationship tips for women. And now I'm going to just keep going, you know. And I did that for Facebook, Instagram, and posted it on YouTube as well.
That's a good way, because we all need to be planting our seeds across all of these platforms. You got YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat even. What do you guys think about, creating free content versus charging? Freemium?
You always do a freemium. And so you put out the small free stuff, the IGTV stuff that leads them to shop here and get the full bit. So it's 30 seconds to you, 30 seconds to you, 30 seconds to you, 30 seconds to me, and it's blended in, and it takes them to get the full package here.
Right. Free has gotten me gigs in middle schools, high schools, football teams, basketball teams, all that. So,
and the parents hire you from that, don't they?
Right.
Because they have the connections to the checks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I feel like we could do a little bit more of it, putting stuff on like Spotify, Apple Music, having speeches out there, turning a video course into an album. Say a 5-video course, let's make an album out of that. Mm-hmm. Or if it's a book, you got your audio books, but why not turn that audio book, take the audio book, put some music behind that, copyright the music, your music of course, turn that into an album. Mm-hmm. Have Leigh, I know you're just starting to get into speaking. What's some of the things that you've been doing to kind of start up?
I focus a lot on podcasts. So to the audio point, I try to do a lot around podcasts, just because I enjoy asking questions. I enjoy bringing other people that may have expertise in a certain area, but then I can also center it around what I want to talk about, which is mental health. So I focus a lot of what I do on my podcast around mental health, which is perfect timing for now, right? More than ever. Because if the numbers back in the day were 1 in 4, 1 in 5 people with some type of mental health issue, you can only imagine what they are now. So I've been trying to do that. And like he said, I've been trying to do more with YouTube, but podcast for the audio has been good for me. But I haven't added any music or anything. I have like a little intro as far as music goes, but I haven't thought about music. So that's a creative idea.
Yeah, I've done podcasts too. I have a podcast.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Podcast is good.
It allows dialogue. It allows people to talk. And then especially for those that you can do, video recording or not. You can at least have an option, and you can still chop it up and put it on YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever may have you.
You were speaking a little bit about Instagram and how you're putting your stuff out there. What do you think about how we could maybe use some of these apps, or what app works best for you when you're putting your stuff out there?
Instagram. Yeah, Instagram is a very big platform. Especially if you're consistent, you're very active, you're talking to people, you're not afraid. Like, that's what they're looking for. I feel like God is calling me on my comfort zone and shit. I'm trying not to answer because it's so uncomfortable. I do not like being uncomfortable.
Sound like Moses, don't you?
I do not like it. I just literally back away every time.
Hey, for real, look, that's what you got to do, though. If he calling you to speak, you got to speak, because you're going to keep calling.
That's good.
Whenever you're ready.
Hi, you guys. My name is AP. My @name is @worldwidemodel. And what I wanted to say to each of you is I want to challenge you to dedicate the 6 months that's coming up after. I'm so sorry. Can you
It's not live, so you can stop if you need to.
Okay, yeah, the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay, because
if you make mistakes, you can stop and restart.
Okay, I can start and restart.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I had to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Also, just take 1 step back so we can see your face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can look at the camera if you want. You can.
I want to look at the camera.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta loosen up a little nervous.
Yeah, loosen up.
Okay. All right. Ready. Hi, you guys. My name is AP. My @name is @worldwidemodel __. And today I want to challenge each and every one of you that's watching me to dedicate yourself to the next 6 months that's coming up of this year. Make it all about you. Because sometimes we focus on everybody else but ourselves, and we never dedicate to ourselves, getting ourselves together, getting our minds together, getting our spirits right. I just want to challenge you to do that. Don't let nothing distract you. Because just to be transparent, I've been so distracted lately that I couldn't get myself together. And I'm humble enough to admit I need to get me together. So I'm making the next 6 months about me, and I want you to do the same. That's it. Is that long enough?
It's up to you, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Was that good?
You want to do your...
So what? Sorry for the question. So is it kind of just hello everyone? My name is blah blah blah.
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Lee Everette. I am a life coach, speaker, and nonprofit founder. And then stop or keep rolling.
However you want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
However you feel comfortable.
No more questions then. I'm good.
No, yeah.
The world, the universe, God, however you look at it, whatever lens you look at it through, it tends to have its way to organize and orchestrate ways to put things in your path that you need the most. And for me, I believe that I went through those things in life to be that person on the other side, to be that person that faced hell, to face those inner demons, that went through those times, that saw the depths of hell through my own mind and being my own worst enemy. And so if I can overcome that with the help that I had and the low income that we had and the little bit of resources that we have, I'm here to be a testament that a lot of people can overcome those things too. So the biggest thing I can recommend is just breath. Breath is the power and the life force to all that's going on.
I think it is. Okay, so you ready? I'm Leigh Brown, LEIGHBROWN. I am the hostess with the mostest of crazy shit in real estate, which does have the big E for explicit, which is why I put shit in the name. I am a 20-year local Charlotte realtor, and I am an international motivational speaker. When you want to ask yourself, what have I learned during the pandemic, you find that most people will say, I've reset my priorities. Well, then you ask one more question and say, well, what priorities have you reset? And they say, oh, yes, everything's more important now. Well, which part of everything is more important? And then you find people slowing down in their answer speed. And they say, well, family's more important. Well, which part of your family is more important? And we realize that in the human condition, everybody has a different family and a different set of priorities and a different feeling for what's right and what's wrong and what needs to be fixed. And the reality is, I haven't met anybody during the coronavirus pandemic that said, money is my new priority, because money should never have been our priority. I remember the first day I was in real estate, and frankly, every day after that, my dad was my mentor when I became a realtor, and he's not dead. I just use past tense because he's retired. But every day my dad said, if you treat people well, the money will find you. And I think we got away from that as a society. We forgot that if we treat other people well, money will find us, or success, or happiness, or faith, or whatever you define as that good moment in life. And when we're stuck at home and stuck away from people that we love and people that we enjoy and people that we really don't enjoy, but we're so desperate now for human conversation, we would totally hang out with the people who drive us the craziest. Those priorities suddenly become crystal clear.
What's going on, y'all? This is your man, Avery Faucett, with Hope for Humanity Incorporated, helping out people everywhere. I come into y'all today because I got a lot on my heart. It's been a lot going on out here in the world. And everybody can see what's going on. Let's just be honest. I really support, the Black Lives Matter movement. I really support the Black Lives Matter movement. And while I support the Black Lives Matter movement, I feel that we're not being heard when we say Black Lives Matter. The reason why I feel that way is because every time we say Black Lives Matter, we hear all lives matter. But I think that some people can be really missing the point. And I'm not going to argue with the fact that all lives matter, because, in fact, all lives do matter. But for so long, we have been silenced. But today is my chance to let you know that I won't be silenced. I'm going to actually give you a history lesson real quick. It was 1619 when 20 people pulled up on a ship in Virginia. I digress. It was probably more than 20 people, but some of the people were probably tossed overboard or killed on the ship, but only 20 made it into Virginia, into the United States. When they got to Virginia, so many others came after them. So many other ancestors, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles.
So today, part 3 is a wrap. We had some great discussions, some great insight was shared. I hope you guys found some value. The speaking business is entirely different right now, 100% online, and it's created an opportunity. The pandemic is unfortunate, but it has created an opportunity for everyone that has a positive voice to share and a positive voice to spread that could, impact somebody's life, change somebody's life, change the trajectory. I gotta, sound that word out because it's like a lot of letters in it. But hey, stay tuned. Part 4 on the way next week.